Firstly, I think I would agree with some of what Jim said in that I think we are going, whichever option we end up with, we're going to need more gas units in Hong Kong, so we might as well get on and progress the thinking on those. I also think that sooner or later we're going to end up connected to China Southern Grid, so we should start the work on that. I am concerned about locking in connection to the China Southern Grid on the basis of China Southern Grid being a monopoly supplier. If it was connecting to China Southern Grid and that meant that power could be ported from excuse me, from generation units which we could do specific deals with somewhere in China to Hong Kong over that grid, that would be a very different story to just taking it from China Southern Grid without knowing where it comes from and with only having one person to negotiate the price with. In terms of the complexity of this issue, it's complex because we're trying to talk about the fuel mix sort of end result question before we nail down a lot of the related issues. If looking at this sheet of paper we put out, you could go down this list here, and a lot of them, such as the demand side management or this business of should we be using pound gas or natural gas, those could be solved fairly independently of the other issues. Also, the objectives. You know, when we're talking about reliability, it's not just the current liability, it's the thing that the European Union is facing at the moment, potentially hitting us 20 years' time, of you have an uncertainty on your gas supply, and how are you going to handle that? So if we can get these objectives, and if we can get some of the related issues clarified first, it will then be a much easier story to decide what we should be doing in terms of our fuel mix. With the European Union and the current work they're doing on energy security, they publish two documents. They have a communication document which is about 30 pages, and they have a more technical document which is about, well, the last one was 227 pages. I would hope that when the government does future consultations, it can do the simple document, which is appropriate for a wide range of the public who need to look at it quickly, can't afford to get dug into a lot of detail. But they also provide some form of technical annex or separate document, which those of us that do wish to get into the detail can deal with. I think that that would allow us to have a much better and more informed discussion. Thank you.